Welcome back, PokemonKing.com fans. I am Howie with PokemonKing.com. Thank you for watching my video. Today we are continuing the Monotype battle series that I've been doing, and this particular team is a Bug Monotype team. Now, Bug is a very difficult team to make because it has so many weaknesses. Namely, Rock and Fire is what concerns me the most, and if you want to compensate for either Rock or a Fire weakness, you're really hampering yourself and opening yourself up to being 4 times weak to the other side. For example, Volcarona, for example, neutral to Fire because it's Bug/Fire, 4 times weak to Rock. Durant, neutral to Rock, 4 times weak to Fire, same thing with Scissor. So it's a very difficult thing. My opponent has a very well-constructed team, so we're going to be in, I'm just going to say it's going to be a difficult battle for us off the bat. We're going to lead with our Shuckle, because Shuckle is going to set up Sticky Web, which is going to be key for us. However, he does have 2 levitating Pokemon, or levitating/flying, in Landorus T, which is not affected because it has Levitate, and then also the Togekiss, which obviously is a flying type and will not be affected as well either. Biggest threats to our team, Tyranitar is going to be a major issue because of those stab rock type attacks. Also, Landorus T is going to be difficult to deal with those ground type attacks, plus Stone Edge he's going to have. Ice type attacks coming from Weavile is going to be a problem too. The only saving grace that we're going to be able to outspeed all of these Pokemon, except for Landorus T and the Togekiss, once we have the Sticky Web down. So let's go ahead and start this battle and see how it goes. The idea of this team is to survive to Mega Pinsir, bring Mega Pinsir at the end, and hopefully be able to clean up at that point after enough spikes are up to complement the Stealth, the Stealth Rock too. There's enough spikes and Stealth Rock's residual damage built up, in addition to the Sticky Web to make Mega Pinsir capable of sweeping. Okay, so Jewel comes out. We are weak to water, so that's a problem. But we really have to get Sticky Web down. That's the only reason that this Pokemon is really on the team. Also as a defensive pivot, but with how offensive my opponent's team is, I don't think we're going to be able to use him as a pivot much anyway. Hopefully we'll be able to survive a Scald or... Okay, so he goes with Ice Beam, which is actually going to be a less effective attack than his water type attacks because it's neutral, first of all. And second of all, it's not stab. So we got lucky there. So we get our Stealth, not our Stealth Rock, we get our Sticky Web down. And at this point, we're going to be able to see if this Starmie has Rapid Spin, which would be a detriment to our team for sure. And if that's the case, we're going to run an Encore. So we're going to see what he wants. Actually, we're going to Rock Tomb is what we're going to do to drop his speed. Okay, Thunderbolt comes through, so he does not go for the Rapid Spin, which indicates to me that he does not have it. Still not going for the Stab Water type attack, which is fine by me, because the less he knows, the better. We do get the speed drop there. We do get the speed drop. The problem is we don't really have a good switch in. We don't really get a good switch in. We don't have Infestation, which would be great to have here too. I think my best shot is to go for Toxic and try to wear this thing down as much as possible and hopefully force it to switch out. He is taking a minute to think about the move, so he might be switching out, which would be best case scenario for us. Okay, so he reveals the Rapid Spin now. He reveals the Rapid Spin now, which is okay because we're going to get the Toxic down. And we're going to set up the Sticky Web again. And we're going to Encore him so that he is not capable of doing anything else. So, actually, should we put down... We could go either way. We could set down the Stealth Rocks and Encore him into Rapid Spin, which I think is the best move. We should Encore now to lock him into attacking move and then set up Sticky Web. We're going to use Encore now is what we're going to do. Okay, so he's going to straight up switch out, so we should have went for the Stealth Rock. That's what it tells me. He's going to go into Morgana. Okay, Morgana. And that's going to want to... I'm not sure what he's going to want to do. Possibly could be a nasty plot situation. What I'm going to do is just try to set up Sticky Web again. I'm just going to set up Sticky Web again. And then at that point, I will use the Rock Tomb. Goes for the Thunder Wave, which is fine because obviously Shuckle is so slow anyway. He's not going to be outspeeding anything. Except for we're too paralyzed to move, which is always a bummer. I hate being fully paralyzed. That's the worst. He could be thinking Para Flinch at this point. But that's not really that big of a deal because I don't think Air Slash is going to do very much damage to us one way or the other. I got to get down the Sticky Web again and then try to get the Toxic off. Goes for the Heal Bell, so that tells me that the Starmie had Analytic and not Natural Cure, which is actually good to know because it means that it will be worth statusing that Starmie again later in the battle if we are provided the opportunity. So we get the... We're not getting anywhere fast here. We got the Sticky Web down. I think our best thing that we can do is maybe Encore at this point to lock him into whatever he's going to do to make our switch in easier. So he goes for the Dazzling Gleam we see. So we're going to lock him into that, which is okay. Or we're not, because we're going to be fully paralyzed for the second time in 3 turns, which sometimes the stats don't bear out, but that can happen, and we should expect it one way or the other. You know, I'm actually going to Rock Tomb. It's going to stretch out the battle a little bit more, but I think dropping my opponent's speed before I switch out will definitely be helpful. He is just going to straight withdraw and go into something different. Hopefully it's the Starmie, and it is. So Starmie is probably going to try to Rapid Spin once again, which of course is a good move on his part. What we have to do at this point, I'm realizing priority 1 in this battle is to take out the Starmie. And the reason for that is he can no longer then remove the entry hazards, which are going to be so important to our success. Namely, okay, so he's going to go for the Surf right away, so that might actually end up being a good thing if he can just take us out. Loses some of his HP. We're going to get the Toxic down. We cannot have him Rapid Spinning at this point and taking away our entry hazards. So now what we have to do... is just continue. He's revealed his whole moveset too. He revealed that he does not have Recover, which is major, so he has no way to get these hit points back. So all we have to do now is die. I know it sounds crazy, but that's all we have to do. And keep using Sticky Web, because he's going to Rapid Spin now to try to get it away. No, he isn't. He's just going to go for Surf. So this is good. So all we wanted out of this Shuckle lead is to maintain our Sticky Web. And we were able to do that. Now I think what I want to do, he is at -2 speed, and he's definitely going to die in his next turn. I have to make sure that he does die and is not able to Rapid Spin later in the battle. Unfortunately, I don't have a Pursuit user, so I think I'm just going to go into Scissor now and U-turn. So if he does switch, I can regain momentum, and if he does not, we're going to take out the Starmie either way. So we're going to straight away go for the U-turn here. And he is going to switch out, so he's going to try to preserve the Starmie. So this is a good opportunity for me to go out into something that can set up more entry hazards so he dies when he comes back in. So that he dies when he comes back in. Gets the Intimidate off with the Landorus T, of course. Not very effective, but still does a decent amount of damage to the Landorus, which of course is immune to the Sticky Web that we do have down. The question is, what do we bring in? We mentioned at the beginning that this is going to be a problem for our team. I think it might be Durant. Let's see, he is ground and flying. My Durant has Expert Belt, and I think the Iron Head will do a lot of damage, even though it's only neutral. Otherwise, I could go into Crustle. Crustle would be another option, because I could go for Spikes, but if he brings Starmie back in, that could be a problem, too. It's kind of a tough situation. I think I'm just going to go out into Crustle, because we do have the Sturdy there, so no matter what happens, we'll be alright on that front. And I think after the speed drop, we'll be okay on the Starmie too. In case he goes back into the Starmie right away, though, that's going to be a problem. Because if we don't outspeed, he will be able to Rapid Spin before he dies, so I can't risk it. I have to go for the knockoff right now. Okay, he's just going to go for Superpower. That's alright, because that's going to be neutral, and it's going to lower his attack. So that's going to guarantee that we're at least going to be able to set up a Stealth Rock. The knockoff comes through, and we show that he has the Choice Scarf, which is now removed, which is good, so we're going to be able to outspeed that Landorus with a lot of stuff later on in the battle. Now, the problem is he can go back into Starmie now. He can't go out into Starmie, or he could stay in. Man. If he goes out into Starmie, it's going to be... How fast is this Crustle? That's what I want to know. Okay, his speed's terrible. His speed is terrible, so I cannot risk going... I really want to set up some Stealth Rocks, but I can't do it right now. I have to just go for the knockoff again. He is going to U-turn out, and I think he's going to go back into the Starmie. And if he goes back into the Starmie, that's good, because we're going to take out his Rapid Spinner. He cannot remove the Sticky Web for the duration of the battle. Goes into Morgana. Is not the Starmie, is the Togekiss. That's okay. We do get the knockoff off, so either way, we do remove the leftovers, which is always a good thing to do. And it looks like we're going to have an opportunity to set up Stealth Rock, which is great, because then Starmie will definitely die when he comes back in. There's no way he's going to pull the double switch. I just don't see it coming. We see that we outspeed, so this is definitely a defensively built Pokemon. Goes for the Thunder Wave, obviously. He's going to try to rock the Paralysis. Now, we see a trend now. We've picked up the trend that my opponent enjoys to go for Paralysis when he has the Togekiss in against a non-paralyzed opponent. With that information, we can't do anything with it, can we? Unfortunately, we cannot. I think I'm just going to stay in now and try to set up on this thing as much as possible. If we don't get Paraflinch, we can get a layer of spikes down. Does go for the Heal Bell, which is fine. Because the only thing that's status right now is the Starmie, which if we get the spikes down... Okay, so we're fully paralyzed. That's actually a bit of an issue, I suppose. Man, that's the third time now in 4 turns. I'm keeping track. Third time in 4 turns we've remained fully paralyzed. So I think we have to try to go for the spikes again. Actually, can we? At this point, he can go back into Starmie, and again, I cannot risk him getting the Rapid Spin off. It's so critical that we keep up the Sticky Web. And we do already have the Stealth Rock, so the spikes are just gravy at this point. I think I'm just going to go for the knockoff in case he goes back into Starmie. Is just going to go for the Dazzling Gleam, so we know he's not trying to switch into Starmie. And that brings us down to 5. So now we're in a position where we definitely have to attack one way or the other. And I don't think it's worth saving Crustle for anything at this point, except for Death Fodder, which might actually be worth it. If we know the Dazzling Gleam is coming, we can go into Durant, who is going to resist that thing. So we are going to do that. We're going to go into Durant now and save Crustle for Death Fodder. Death Fodder, if you're not familiar with the term, basically what it means is you're conceding that that Pokemon is going to die, but you can switch it into an attack later in the battle. And when you do that, you'll be able to sacrifice that Pokemon that was going to die anyway, and you get a free switch in to another Pokemon, and that way you don't have to switch directly into an attack. We're going to go for the Iron Head now, because that's going to be super effective against the Fairy type. And it's going to be enough with... I'm rocking the Expert Belt, by the way, on this Durant, because it's going to outspeed a lot of things considering the Sticky Web is up. We get Mogar to come back in. He's going to get the Intimidate off, and this is what I was talking about with Death Fodder. It now gives us an opportunity to go straight out into something different. We're going to bring in the Crustle and just take whatever he's going to want to do. And then we'll be able to go into something that can potentially revenge kill. Namely, the Scissor, I think. So the Crustle comes in to take the Earthquake, and naturally that's going to take us out as it is a neutral type attack. But that gives us the opportunity to freely go into our Pinsir now. It's a little earlier in the battle than I would like to use him, but it's going to give us a free opportunity to go for a Mega Evolution. We're just going to go for Protect and Mega Evolve on this turn. And that way we at least know that we'll have this set up for the duration of the battle. And Mega Pinsir will outspeed the rest of his team except for this Landorus, which has the Levitate, which is good news for us. Because no one likes to take powerful stab attacks from a Mega Pinsir. The Rock Slide comes through, we do get the Protect off. Now we know that with the boost to our attack, Quick Attack will take out this Mogar. I don't want to risk a speed tie, or I know that Mega Pinsir is very fast and we probably do outspeed, but I don't want to risk anything, so we are just going to go for the Quick Attack. And that will be enough to take out Mogar. So we're actually in really good shape now because we have a Mega Pinsir, we have our Sticky Web down, and we also have a layer of Stealth, we have Stealth Rocks up. We did not get our layers of spikes like we would have liked to get due to the paralysis earlier in the battle, but we still are in great position. Rampage does come in, and that's okay because the speed is going to get dropped. He's going to take a little bit of Stealth Rock damage, and as you can see, he's going to set the Sandstream, but that's only going to boost. Sandstream only boosts Rock-type Pokemon special attack and not physical attack. So we're going to go straight away for a close combat. Will be the Mega Evolution, but it's not going to matter because we're still going to outspeed, and we're still going to be 4 times super effective against this Rampage. So we're going to see, will it be enough to take out a Mega Tyranitar? It will be, easily too. Mega Pinsir is very, very, very powerful, as you can see. So the Tyranitar goes down. My opponent is down to his final 3 Pokemon. We do take some sandstorm damage, but that's okay. So I think he has the Raikou left. He also has 2 other offensive type Pokemon that I cannot think of off the top of my head. Did not take a picture of his team. Communication error did occur. So unfortunately that's going to be the end of the battle, but I can tell you how it was going to go anyway. We were going to sweep with Mega Pinsir, so that is great news for us. Maybe since we're going to go back and maybe do some battles with Mono Bug. Mono Water was another one that ended kind of easily. When the opponent DCs, I'm just going to try to get another battle in for you guys because it's kind of a crappy way for the battle to end. We were going to sweep though, so it's okay. Until next time, please like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe to my channel. I try to upload videos as frequently as possible. Follow all of our social media. We do lots of giveaways for our followers, subscribers, and people that stay involved with the channels and the other forms of social media. So you're going to want to do that. Until next time, my name is Howie. Please keep watching the Monotype Battle Series. Let me know what you think. Leave some comments in the comment section. I like to respond to them as much as possible. And until next time, take care.